Hello again, everybody. Hope you're all doing fantastically well. As you can tell, the day is weaning down. Winding down? Winding down? I don't really know. Don't know what the term is anymore. I don't really know where I am at this moment in time. It's been a long one, deadline day, and it seems to be sort of finalised, if you will, by not two players, Jordan Stevens and Robbie Gotts, heading to Barrow. No. But Helder Costa leaving Leeds United for Valencia. Let me know exactly how you feel in the comment section below. Are you bothered? Do you think it's a good move? I'm really happy at this one. I think that the quality and depth is now being supplied by Dan James and Jack Harrison and Rafinha as a constant rotation in the winger option. I think Crysencio Somerville is going to learn off the best. Helder Costa, I think his ceiling has been done at Leeds United for a while. I've not seen anything from Helder Costa in a long time. I think he's now had 73 appearances at Leeds United, and I think he's scored 8 goals, 8 assists maybe 7 or 8 assists. And just for a winger, with the amount of chances he's been given, it's just simply not enough. And yeah, I just never saw any real improvement with him, any progression from when we signed him from Wolverhampton Wanderers, and it was the same sort of thing with Douglas, but at least Barry Douglas had the sort of excuse of an injury. Helder Costa's been a bit of a mainstay. He's been given chances in bouts when Jack Harrison's not been on form. He's been given bouts as well when Rafinha wasn't signed by Leeds United until sort of later on, and he's just never really grabbed the mantle. And I don't know if it's a confidence issue, because you feel that there's a player in there. You saw it towards the start of the Premier League campaign against Fulham in particular, when he scored that fantastic finish, and Liverpool, where I think we're all surprised by that performance. But it's just never really kicked on for him, and it's almost sad. I remember at the start when he obviously began his tenure with Leeds United, and I remember making a video and being absolutely over the moon with it, because I remember when he came to Ellen Road and tortured us in 2015, 2016 for Wolverhampton Wanderers. He was a thorn in our sides. We could not get rid of him. He was direct, left, right foot, great strike on him. And I've never understood where it's gone wrong. There was an injury, a big injury for him at Wolves, and he came back, and a lot of Wolverhampton Wanderers fans said that he was never the same player. And I think that's what we've got now, and the Dan James move is a level up. You know, a lot of people turn around and say, well, why are we letting Costa go when it's depth? Well, it's depth, but are we ever going to use him? We're not, are we? I don't think when Dan James is here and the Crysencio Somerville hype train is gaining speed. So what's the point in him being there? I think it's a very sort of downward spiral to just have players within the squad who have been termed by journalists and broadcasters alike as stragglers, and Bielsa doesn't like stragglers within his ranks, because stragglers, and I think that might be a little bit of a disrespectful way of putting it for Helder. I think he's been on the periphery, and I'll call him a periphery man maybe, but I never see him taking the ball by the horn, if you will. And I think Bielsa doesn't like people around the squad who are not going to get a first team spot. And I think that's what we spoke about earlier on with Christopher Klaassen and Ilan Melier. That's why we didn't bring in an experienced goalkeeper, because Bielsa doesn't like, and I'll coin the phrase, but stragglers around the squad. He wants people fighting for the position. And in a weird way, that's actually kind of nice when it's a small squad, because if it was a bigger squad, then we wouldn't have that. We wouldn't have that competition. It would be people are coming to Leeds United and being able to pick up a wage. So that's the nice thing about being part of this Bielsa system, this Bielsa mentality, the ethos, the morals, whatever you want to call it. But I feel for him, because I think there's been a dip in confidence. But, you know, when he's been down to the under-23s, and I've watched him for the under-23s, there's just been nothing there for him. And I think this is the best move. It just shows that, you know, his agent's doing a good job. I know Valencia aren't the team that they once were, but it's still a big profile move. You know, the Mestalla, an incredible stadium, a very historical club who want to vie for everything in Spanish football. And Helder Costa, if he can get a move there, I do believe it's going to be a loan to a permanent. I think there may be an obligation in there by Leeds United when this comes to an end, but who knows? I think, however this transpires, he's going to be leaving Leeds next year, even if he does well in La Liga and he goes to a lower end La Liga club. I think the style of play out there will suit him as well, because it's a slower pace. I think in the Premier League he's getting found out quite regularly by the fullbacks who athletically and physically are on a different level to any other fullbacks in the world, in my opinion. And you see that with just how good our fullbacks are over here. And I think when Helder Costa has had one-on-one battles with multiple fullbacks in this division, he's really, really struggled. And I can't think of many times in the Premier League that he's really thrived. So I don't think it's been a Leeds United thing. I think he scored for Wolves down at Wembley, where he came on as a substitute and was decent. But aside from that, he had that year in the Championship where it was him, Jota, Bonatini for Wolves. And wow, it was epic, wasn't it? Lightning. But then it just didn't work. And I think Leeds, it was a lot of people talk about Rodrigo. And at this moment in time, we're going to give Rodrigo much longer, aren't we? We're going to give him another season. I think that's why I've not bought in a central midfielder, to be honest. Because I think Bielsa wants to hand out the olive branch and give it to Rodrigo. But in terms of Helder Costa, that olive branch has been snapped several times, I think. And yeah, listen, it's a good move for both teams, and you can see Helder that being it, really. So it's a weird one. It's a weird one because it feels like he's been around a while now, but I think it's time, and Leeds need to evolve. And if we want to get to that next level, bringing in players like Dan James for Helder Costa, which it should have been initially, should have been Dan James and not Helder Costa, is a step up. But I do think overall, I just mentioned Rodrigo there in terms of the transfer value that's put on his head, and that's why he needs to perform. I think that's always hung over Helder Costa. That transfer value at the time was a lot of money, 15 million quid, and for someone like that, you're expecting them to come in and really hit the ground running, and he never did. And yeah, we can put it down to confidence, but I think a lot of it as well was just not wanting to get involved in the game and not doing the basics. Sometimes the press was off, sometimes his tracking back was a bit off, and you never got that desire from him. And the desirables are that he does the basics in this Bielsa system, but simple finishes in front of goal, simple passes, it just never was the case. And if we are to flat out say that a transfer didn't work, this is probably one of the biggest ones in Leeds' history that hasn't worked for the amount of money that we spent on this guy. So yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame how it's ended, but it's positive because I think in a year's time, if we can get 7 to 10 million for him, if he has a good season at Valencia, if it does transpire that he's going to be going, and listen, this video might be coming out before, it might be coming out after, but I do feel like he's going to be gone tonight. If he's not, then Helder, keep going. But yeah, I think that this one is going to get done tonight, to be honest. I think Helder is going to go out to Valencia. There's not long left of the window. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Are you happy with it? Are you sad with it? Would you like to keep him? I've heard a lot of people say that he would be depth if, while Leeds getting rid of another winger when we've got rid of Poveda, and now it looks like it's going to be Helder Costa. I guess when you're looking at the squad, it's now going to be Rafinha, Harrison, James, Somerville as the 4, which I don't mind. It's youthful, isn't it? A lot of youth there, a lot of pace, and it is better than what we're looking at before, in my opinion. Poveda, Costa, Harrison and Rafinha. I think what we've got now is a bit of a step up, and that's a massive kudos to Somerville. But also it's the acquisition of Dan James, which definitely puts me at another level in terms of thought process, really. So let me know what you think in the comment section below, guys. It's probably going to be the last video of tonight. Obviously, we've heard Jordan Stevens has left. Big surprise that it wasn't on loan again, but once again, another player where it's just never worked for him at Leeds United. Obviously, he went through a few things a couple of years ago, but it's never worked for him at Leeds, which has been a real shame. But I think the youth development system has definitely stepped up a level. I don't think Jordan Stevens has been able to keep up with that. Robbie Gotts as well. I believe that could be a permanent. I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to see on that one. Nothing's been announced yet. You guys might be able to let me know in the comment section below. My head is it's frazzled at the minute, basically. But yeah, there you go. Okay, best wishes to Robbie Gotts, who's joined Barrow tonight. So there you go. Yeah, but they're the last 2 deals expected according to Phil Hay. Costa to Valencia and Gotts to Barrow. And there you go, guys. That is probably the last rumour mill of the season. It's been every single day. I've really enjoyed it. It's been tiring. Really, really tiring at points, doing it every single morning. But I've really enjoyed it. And I hope you guys... Yeah, I've had so many more subscribers through the time. Hopefully we hit 17,000 tonight, which is amazing. Please keep tuned. We've got some big things coming up. It's it's an effort doing all of this. It really is, in keeping it up, but I hope you guys appreciate it. I hope you guys appreciate the effort. I have been working today as well, so getting these videos out has been a nightmare. But thank you so much for your consistent support. Good luck, Helder Costa. Good luck, Robbie. And good luck, Jordan. And let me know what you think in the comment section below, guys. Cheers.